This is part 3 of our 3-episode series on what to pack for your wedding. Part 1 included items to pack for your photography details for your ceremony and your reception. Part 2 included getting ready bags and also your overnight bag. But in this episode, we're going to share what to pack for your honeymoon. I'm joined by travel agent Anna Caruso with Love Travel Collection to bring you the best info on what to pack and also what to expect right now when it comes to travel. Anna, thank you so much for joining us. And if we can sort of start, if you can tell us what you do and the types of vacations that you plan for clients.
Sure, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So yes, I've been with Love Travel Collection for 7 years now, and as many travel agents do, I specialize in a few locations. These are places that I have been and experienced myself so that I can really vouch for them. So I specialize in all-inclusives, that's like Sandals and Secrets. I also specialize in cruises, Royal Caribbean, Viking River cruises. And then I am a Disney travel agent, so I will do the Disney destinations, and also in Orlando, in that same area, I do the Universal Orlando.
So I'm curious, what does it cost to hire a travel agent? You know, I know a lot of our viewers, they're on a budget and they're trying to, keep things not so expensive for their wedding. And so I don't know if they're kind of thinking, oh, can I afford a travel agent or not?
Sure, that's a really good question and a common question. There are actually no fees for booking with us at Love Travel Collection. Sandals, for example, will give us a commission when we book your trip, and so you will not pay anything. It will be the same as if you went online and booked your vacation outright online, only with our expertise and our help planning.
And then are honeymoons different from other vacations in terms of the planning and the booking and maybe even excursions or experiences? How are they different than a normal vacation?
Yeah, they are a little bit different. There are a few things that make honeymoons unique. So the perks is one of them. People want to give you a little extra, especially at all-inclusives. They'd like to give you an extra bottle of champagne or a massage, so it's really fun to get those perks. Honeymoon registries. Those are something that you have that no one else has to increase your budget for your travel. Traveler's Joy is my favorite one. It's very easy to navigate, but this gives your guest an opportunity to buy something really special for you, an excursion that you'll never forget, a special memory, rather than like a pot or a pan. Think about your ID. You want your driver's license, your passport, and your plane tickets to all match.
Yes.
I actually made that mistake and missed an entire day in Italy. Don't make that mistake. Make sure they all match. Maybe consider not changing your name until after you've traveled.
Okay, so I do want to get into the packing specifics, but I first want to hear if you have any advice on travel right now, currently in this climate with COVID-19.
Yeah, excellent question. So you may want to start planning about 6 to 8 months out, a little bit earlier than you might have.
Okay.
Now, more than ever, purchase travel insurance. Your travel agent might have a deal with a certain company that could save you a little bit money on your travel insurance, but it's typically about 10% or less of your vacation.
Okay.
And really worth it in these days.
And would that cover cancellation due to a spike in COVID or something?
It depends. You have to read the policies carefully because it depends on your policies.
Okay.
Some do have specific wording that do not include pandemics, and that kind of bit a lot of us earlier this year. So you do want to read that very carefully. Another thing to consider is you want to check the CDC's website before you travel and the State Department's website, which will tell you what countries are welcoming you in at this point.
Gotcha.
And which countries you might have to quarantine when you return from. Bring several different types of masks. The mask you use in your climate at home might be uncomfortable in a different climate.
Okay.
So just bring a few extra so you have something comfortable.
So what about the actual contents of your honeymoon bag?
Yes, good question. So I have included an entire list. If you're someone that likes to check things off, you can do that. Adrienne's going to include that, I think, on her blog. But just a few less common items. Do pack gum. They don't traditionally sell that in airports anymore because of the mess. But yeah, you need gum, a lot of us, for takeoff and landing in the plane. So that's a nice thing to have. And you also want to have good breath on your honeymoon.
Totally.
C-bands or something. If you get nauseated or travel sickness, you want C-bands. They have a little pressure point. They're not medical in any way. They just touch the pressure point and they can help prevent nausea. And then also a water bottle, a reusable water bottle, your favorite. Bring it without water in it, and then you can fill it up once you've gone past the security gate, and you'll have that for your trip.
And that's like a super great cost savings tip too, I imagine.
Yes, that's true. Because $5 for a bottle of water. That's a lot.
Yeah.
One of my favorite packing tips is this 2-bottle bubble. So this is my favorite wine packing accessory. And it packs 2 bottles in this neat little bubble wrap case. I use this all the time and never have had a bottle break. But speaking of money saving, a bottle of wine is maybe your favorite $20 at the store, but if you are on your honeymoon and you go out to a restaurant, that same bottle might be $50 or $60.
Wow, yeah.
Plus you want to have your favorite wine or champagne on your honeymoon.
Sure, yeah.
So
this is bubble wrap inside,
yes.
But you're not finding that they pop. Like you can use this multiple times.
Right, I've used this one a bunch of times actually.
And it was about how much?
It's about $10, sometimes less depending on where you get it. I got mine from Slidell Wine Warehouse right here locally, and it was about $10.
Okay, so another question is, are there any tips for how to actually pack, certain ways to pack?
Yeah, I roll my clothes. I think that keeps them from wrinkling, but it also lets you pack a little bit more in there.
Okay.
So I highly recommend that. Pay attention to the size restrictions before you go so that you know what kinds of suitcases to bring and the weight limits on those suitcases.
Okay, so that's not standard.
Well, it is standard, but if you put too much in your checked bag, you're going to be standing at the ticket desk taking things out and putting them in another bag so you don't go over the limit. It's a big cost if you do go over the weight limit.
Okay.
So it's 50 pounds usually. That includes your bag, so you want to just check that before you go.
Okay. And is there a certain number of bags you can bring right now?
Well, so actually you can bring really as many as you want to pay for.
Okay.
But every airline has different costs for your bag. So for example, Southwest will allow you to have a checked bag, a carry-on bag, and a personal item that is all included with your ticket.
Okay.
Other airlines, however, will charge you for your checked bag and your carry-on bag.
Wow.
So there's just little hidden costs to know about before you go.
Sure.
Another tip, if you go to your local drugstore and you just pick up one of these travel containers that are made just for the liquids, these are the amount of liquid that are allowed, and you are allowed this many, anything that'll fit in this bag, and these bottle sizes. So that's just sort of done for you so you don't have to guesstimate.
Okay, so these are great tips, great packing tips, great tips about what to bring. What's your final sort of advice for couples as they're planning their honeymoon and as they're actually enjoying the honeymoon itself?
Yeah, so even if you have the best travel agent and you've planned every detail, something will go wrong. So my final tip is, if something goes wrong, when it goes wrong, try to, brush it off, make a memory of it, maybe get that bottle of wine out, have a glass, and just giggle it away. Make your mistake your memory.
Okay, I love that. Make your mistake your memory. That's a really great tip for your honeymoon, but also that's a great tip for planning your wedding and for your wedding day. Anna, I do want to tell viewers how to get in touch with you if they want to book a vacation through you. Where can they find you? On social, on the web? How can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, we're on Facebook and Instagram. You can email me at anna.sam@lovethemousetravel.com, or you can call me directly, 985-259-5238.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for joining us on our YouTube channel. Let us know in the comments if there's any other travel-related content that you would like to hear from us. And until then, thanks for watching and happy wedding planning.